All right, once again, this is the Unified iHealth. We are considering Cambridge iHealth 14, Test 1, Passage 3, which talks about motivational factors and the hospitality industry. And we've treated in the last 2 videos, we talked about the yes, no, not given aspect of the questions. We talked about the paragraph, find the paragraph information. And lastly, today we are looking at summary completion. You can see from the question on my right hand, question 36 to 40, which is just about 5 questions there. So the instruction says complete, let me annotate that instruction for you. So complete the summary below. Choose, oh, I don't know how people missed out this instruction. It's bolded, it's capitalized, you know, for us. Choose one word only, not 2 words. In fact, someone was supposed to do well. She scored 3 or thereabout in this assessment. And when I looked at her responses, I found out that if she had adhered to this instruction only, she could move up to 6, 7, 8 just by adhering to this instruction only. So IF again, once again, is an exam of instructions and timing. So whatsoever you do at the moment, you need to take into effect your how you take notes of instructions, okay? How well you also could manage your time. All right. So having said that, summary completion is always cheap. I'm yet to find out any question that is so hard when it comes to summary completion or sentence completion. All right. So now, as you can see in this one, the title is Fun at Work. So this is how summary completion works. There is a portion of the passage, so it could be 1 paragraph or 2 paragraphs or more, that has been summarized for us. So, and there will be a title on top. So it could be summarized as we have it here, or it is summarized as a diagram. So the approach is still the same thing. So whatsoever you are looking for, you are just looking for fun at work. That is the part of the passage that relates to that question. So every of this paragraph I'm scrolling through does not apply at all. So what that means is that you can, you know, because every question in your iHealth reading carries equal marks. Beautiful. So that means the list of headings that you are going to key yourself on top carries the same. This is like 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. This is 5 cheap questions, okay? That means you can do this and score 5, okay? So likewise, the one you are, and spend like 4 minutes on this one. And then there is one serious list of headings or paragraph information that you have to read through the whole passage to find the answers. That one will take you more time than this, understandably. So when you are managing your time, you want to make sure that you come to this type of question, you answer it. So attempt all questions, that's what I'm saying. Do not leave any question unattempted, untouched, because once you don't attempt, you score 0 automatically in that aspect. But if you attempt, at least there is 50% probability. All right, I hope you get that. So attempt all your questions in IELTS. So now this is the part they talk about fun in the passage. Okay, so this is fun. Okay, every other thing before then is irrelevant to this. Okay, so they still talk about certain things about balancing work life here, but I want to believe this is where you are going to have your answer. Okay, now what are the things that led me to that paragraph? I have fun at work, fun. Then if you look at this name of people, they have not showed up earlier on until this stage. Okay, so this is the name of those people, Michelle, and Stafford. Okay, so names like this cannot change. All right. So rather than me looking for research, American chain, or anything, management, which are words that reoccur, I'm going to look for names. This cannot change. Okay. Once it is in there, and they are also talking about fun at work, it's definitely going to be something that had to do with fun. All right. So now, this passage, this paragraph has been summarized into this. Interestingly, again, you just have to lift certain words here, considering that you have just one word only. So you just lift whatsoever you can see in the passage and come and put it here. So what they have done in summarizing it is that when you want to summarize something someone has said, you might likely change the sentence structure. So they have changed the sentence structure here. So if I say, however, so happened in 1969, that same word can be summarized as in 1969, you know. So they have changed the structure, and the verbs and certain things are going to change while we still retain the meaning. Sorry, I talked too much. All right, now let's look at this. The impact of fun as a motivating factor at work has been explored. So for example, these people now conducted a study. You can see carried out a research. You can see carried out research focusing on staff from a chain of themed restaurants in the United States. So United States here has been turned to America. So American chain of dash. Okay. So what we know is a chain of themed restaurant. So themed restaurant would have been the best answer here, but always bear this in mind. The person I talked about put a themed restaurant here. So just adhering to the instruction alone could have given her this answer that it is restaurant. Okay, all right, restaurant. Now, if you remove this S here alone, you have missed it. It is restaurant, plural. Put it here for them. Okay, all right. So they discovered that activities designed for staff to have fun improved their dash. So now it was found that they discovered, okay, that fun activities had a favorable impact, could improve, on performance, okay, and manager support for fun had a favorable impact in reducing turnover. So you can see, discovered that activity designed for staff to have fun improve their performance. In this case, not performances. All right. Okay. Now, look at this conjunction again. Moving on. So, and again, another tips is that they are always in order. So one after the other. So their performance and that management involvement led to lower staff dash. So I know that should be turnover. Okay. Now, and manager support for fun had a favorable impact on lowering. You can see it just changed well. It's still turnover, not turnovers, not overturn. Okay, turn over, staff turnover. Okay, yeah. So they just changed the sentence structure, but you still retain the same meaning. You are still going to have to lift these words in the passage. Okay, all right. Full stop. You can say full stop again. They are finding support. So moving on, they also found that the activities needed to fit with both the complaints. Yeah. So they also find that activities needed to fit. So need to fit with both. Now, we're talking about one or two things here: the complaints dash and the dash of the staff. Okay. So I know one related to the complaint and the other one related to the workers or employees. So I'm going back here. Also support the view that fun may indeed have a beneficial effect, but the framing, fitting it, the framing of that fun must be carefully aligned with both. Now, you look at that both, they could have changed this word, but they still retained it. It's still two things letting me know two things are coming up already. So organizational, that is company goals, companies goals, not goal, okay, goals. All right. So 39 is goals, and employee, that is dash of the staff. So characteristics, okay, of the staff. So every other thing here is just by the way, I don't need them. I already answered my questions. I move on to another question. That's all. So the answers we have provided is that American chain of restaurants, yeah, that's 36. They discovered that activity designed for staff to have fun improve their performance, okay, and manager support for fun had a favorable impact, okay, yeah, staff turnover, yeah, both complaints, goals, and employee characteristics. So one last thing about these, at times the summary or sentence completion will come as list of words. They will, that can be more confusing than this. They will give you like 10 list of words here, give them alphabet. They say A is this, B is that, blah blah blah, and then you have to choose which word. In that case, all your answer also must be grammatically correct. Likewise, in this case, anything you pick, you put in this gap from all these words, it can be, look at in this case question 40 now, and they also find that activities of both the complaints, let's say I got complaints goals, and the, I cannot say manager here and the managers of the staff. It doesn't make sense, okay? So that is a way to, so for instance, if they've listed manager here now, it's just they are just missed it, you know. So it can be and the managers of the staff. It doesn't make sense, you know. Okay. All right. So that means it must be grammatically correct as well at the end of the day if you read it to yourself. All right. So I'm going to allow you to um, um, respond now. But before I do that, let me end the video because of people who are going to be listening to that. And what that means to people listening is that we are a group of uh, eye health. We coach people on eye health. So apart from what you see online, we still have engagement with students, you know, individually and as a group, asking their questions, clarifying, you know. So the best way to reach us is through the WhatsApp number I'm going to put there, Facebook or email, you're going to find there, and the links to the channel. So enjoy. See you later. Bye bye. All the best as you prepare for your IELTS exam.